Welcome to the TDC Today Show communities. My name is Sue Roscoff. The Disability Channel, or TDC, is out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, showcasing abilities. TDC is committed to providing quality digital media production services, education, and employment programs by and for persons with disabilities and veterans. TDC offers digital media production, video production, post-production, social media, and podcast creation, production, and support. TDC offers education and employment programming, which includes digital media courses to persons with disabilities who are unemployed and underemployed. TDC also offers community partnerships. Through partnerships and sponsorships, community partners and organizations become ability champions by supporting media created by and for people with disabilities and veterans. We are your USA team, and as always, we have our the one and only, my wonderful co-host joining us, Michael Martin Hummel. Michael is a writer, speaker, and podcaster who works to bridge the gap between disabled and able-bodied people. So glad you're here. How are you, Michael?
Hello, I'm glad to be here. Good to see you.
Good to see you. And we've got an amazing guest joining us tonight. I know we've had a little bit of a sneak preview, and I am so happy that Donna Ricardo is joining us. And Donna is a naturally introverted person who once was so terrified of people that she couldn't even look at someone in the eye to talk to them at the same time. She likes to say it was divine intervention that led her to speak because there was no earthly reason that she ever would have done that. She dealt with and overcame her fear to become a seminar leader for one of the top personal growth and development companies in the world. Donna is a trained NLP practitioner. NLP means neuro linguistic programming. She's a 14-year veteran of Toastmasters, an organization known for public speaking clubs, and has earned the highest award of distinction of Distinguished Toastmaster. She is an active member of the National Speakers Association. Donna is a best-selling author of the book, or with her book, Public Speaking for Entrepreneurs: How to Show Up, Speak Up, and Get What You Want for Your Business and Your Life. Donna has been speaking, coaching, and training for over 30 years. She offers speaker training, coaching, and programs through her company, Red Stiletto Get to the Point. Please join me in welcoming Donna Ricardo. Donna, how are you?
I'm good. Hi, Sue. Thanks for inviting me, having me on the show. It's
I
great.
am so glad you're here because I know we've gotten to know each other a bit today, and I am thrilled you are here and able to share more of what you all do with folks because you've got a really interesting story of getting to where you are now from where you were, and a lot of it I'm relating to very much. So it's speaking loudly to me. You want to just tell us a bit more about what your company all is and a little bit of your story of how you got here.
Well, I
I know,
started
loaded
out.
question. Sorry.
How can I, yes, condense this story? Well, let's see. In my 20s, I was a hairdresser in New York City on Madison Avenue, and it was a very high profile place. And I had gotten some great training that I wanted to bring to other hairdressers who weren't going to pick up their whole life and go to New York and get that kind of training. And I found out the hard way when I had to be rescued on stage at my first opportunity at a hair show, my first opportunity to make a difference, and no words came out of my mouth. So the person that had introduced me took the microphone and he said, "I'll speak for her. She has a soft voice." Well, truly, I had no voice because no words were coming out. And the people in the front row had started calling out, "We can't hear, we can't hear." So he talked my way through this haircut demonstration that I was supposed to be doing. And I somehow never really put together that public speaking and teaching were the same thing and were actually related because I went to beauty school. I didn't go to college or university, and where I would have been exposed to something, public speaking classes or debate club or who knows, something. And they don't teach you any of that, even not even close, not even how to talk to your own client in beauty school. So there was nothing, and my brain just did not make those connections. So anyway, that was not okay with me, that I couldn't do something that I really wanted to do. And so I set out to learn. And at first, when I first was able to get in front of people, it was to teach other hairdressers because that's who I had at the time.
Well, and that says so much to me that you were at a point you had that experience. You actually and that's terrifying to have that moment of I'm here, I need to say something, and I can't right now. And you know what? That's okay. And I think people need to know moments happen. It's okay. Now, what are you going to do with it? And that is what really speaks volumes here because you knew that was a passion. That's something that you wanted to do. So tell us a bit about different things that you've done along the way to become more comfortable in this world.
Well, let's see. I joined Toastmasters, which is an international organization made up of public speaking clubs. So I joined a club, and that's all about practicing, being able to put some speeches together and practice them in front of other club members. Let's see, I did a lot of personal development work and ended up actually 10 years later, working for that company and becoming a trainer for them. A lot of personal development work. I did spiritual growth work. I worked with somebody in neurolinguistic programming, as you mentioned, which is really about managing your mind and how you talk to yourself, which translates into how you talk to others. And so I did that training. And so I did a lot of different things because it's not enough. I didn't know this at the time, but it's not enough to know what to say and be able to have it come out of your mouth. That's not good enough. It's not enough to know what to do with your hands or where do you look or any of that. You have to, excuse me, manage your mind. So
And,
all
and
that
some
all that comes together to be a good speaker.
And that I think is the biggest stumbling block along the way because we having that confidence that comes from inside because that I think is a big piece of having enough confidence in yourself. I'm not sure if that's totally the right single word for it, but that for me is a piece to have that to say, I can do this. I can get up and speak. I'm okay. I'm okay. And I think people need to be reminded, even if it doesn't go well, you're going to learn something from this about yourself. And next time it'll go better or it'll go different. You don't know necessarily how it's going to go. And sometimes this is a big thing with me when I think back over the years, also being an introvert and first having those opportunities to be in front of people and having that experience of okay, I gotta talk and I gotta get in front and do those steps. It really is so much an inside job of getting that confidence, getting what's one of the main things? I know you mentioned three P's earlier of what does it take? What is one of the biggest things you share with people of how to make that better?
And it's probably the thing that people resist the most. The
Yep.
three P's are, they really do. Practice, practice, practice. And that's what's going to make all the difference. And you have to know your material well enough that you can dance with it. If you're speaking somewhere and they say to you, "Oh, well, you now only have 10 minutes to speak when you were planning to speak for 45." Or that can happen. Or something happens and maybe something happens in the room or something happens and you have to be able to navigate that moment. You have to be able to dance with whatever's happening, be incredibly present. That could really, there's all kinds of other P's I could have there. Presence and participation and preparation and all that. But the main thing is being ready by practicing and knowing what you have to say, what you want to say. And then I would say, with going back to something you said a few minutes ago about confidence, I think, right, like the front of the hand is connected to the back of your hand. Confidence and trusting yourself.
Ooh. Oh, that's good. That's a piece because yeah, that I never have put those two pieces together, but that makes so much sense to me because yeah, that first of all to have the confidence to get in front and do the thing and then trust yourself that you can do this. Oh,
Oh, I want to say something about that. Say something about what you
yes.
just said. So people don't start with confidence, because if you wait for confidence to descend upon you, would be speakers, I'm talking to you right now, if it's never, ever going to happen. What you need is courage. The confidence comes from having the courage to do the thing that scares you.
And
And nobody
then
ever died from public speaking. That's the good news.
you're exactly. And then when you're saying practice, doing it over and over. I can even, I guarantee if you look back at the first few episodes of this show when I was in this seat, I'm quite certain I was not looking as, I don't know if I could say I'm looking relaxed right now, but I feel relaxed compared to when I first started because I probably had my shoulders way up because I was tense and oh my gosh, I feel very different now. And that is that whole practice thing. The more you do it, the easier it gets. And really, the more fun it gets because it's just it's a new experience. And if you really let yourself dive in and get into it, it's not as scary as it sounds.
Absolutely. Yep.
And do you have any stories you can share with us of folks that you've helped or you've coached along the way?
Let's see. Um, oh my goodness, I have a lot of stories. Um, let's see. Well, okay. My friend and client Erin comes to mind. And she came to me, she was really, really, really nervous. But so the other thing that can displace, just going back to what we were saying a minute ago about confidence and courage, that can displace those nerves, or at least make it less loud, is a burning desire to do it. Right? If you have to want it enough to deal with the body sensations, because it's really all it is. So you have to want it enough to deal with that. So Erin was really, really nervous. And but she wanted to do it. And so she came to me and I worked with her for about 6 weeks. I have a little program that I take people through that are new to speaking. And then she, like, out of the gate, she goes and she finds this group of people to speak to. I think she said it was like 40 people. And she was confident, she made her offer, and she was off and running. Now she was still nervous, but it wasn't running her anymore because she was properly trained, properly prepared.
Makes all the difference.
Mhm.
Love it. Oh, we do have another friend that is joining us as well. I want to go ahead and bring him into this conversation too. So, Robert Petrozello is joining us, a gentleman that we've known for a while now, and I know he's got some things to share with us as well. So, Robert, can you go ahead and introduce yourself and hop in the conversation? I'm glad you're here.
Well, hello, Sue. Hello, everybody. Yes, my name is Robert Petrozello, and real quick, Sue, I want to say before I start off, I want to say I was in your shoes years ago, like a few months ago, I'd say, before I came on this show, when I was like all like stage fright. Remember that? Yeah. So I can contest what you're saying. But yeah. So, anyways, everyone, my name's Robert Petrozello. I live in the great state of Ohio, and what you guys are talking about courage and stuff. I mean, that just makes so much sense to me. So, and yeah, so that's pretty much it.
Oh, good. Thank you. So glad you're here. And I see, Michael, you made a comment too about having the courage to be bad and still do it as well. You want to speak to that a little bit? Because I think that's a great thought.
In the beginning, you just have to be willing to do your speech, do your talk, and not have it land, not have it impact, and just be bad for a while. I mean, there's times when you can impact someone to tears, and there's times when you can have a talk and it go incredibly badly. So you just have to be willing to listen to yourself and do it anyway. And just if it goes bad, it goes bad. If it goes good, it goes good, and just keep going.
And then I always think, what's my take home message then? If it didn't go as I had hoped, what am I learning from this? It's like, don't go away saying, oh, I suck, I'm a failure. No, walk away of what am I learning from this? And take it to that next level then. Because if you can learn lessons along the way, then it wasn't a waste of time. It might have not been your favorite moment ever, but you know what? Use it. There's so many things you can learn from it. And Donna, you want to speak to that too?
Oh, let's see. Well, I would say, can I speak to preparation?
Please, yeah.
Okay. I would say that that is the most important thing. And it's right up there with practice, practice, practice. There's a lot of other things that there are P's that could be in there with public speaking, but preparation and practice are right up there. And for preparation, people are generally insufficiently prepared. They think they can wing it. No, no. If it's a group of your friends, maybe, right? But if you really want what you have to say to land on people and make a difference, you have to be prepared. You have to think about it. I am a big advocate. Some people's skin is going to crawl when I say this, but I am a big advocate of writing it all out. Write it all out. There's a lot of things that you'll write that you'll end up not like, why would I say that? Right? You can see what it is. Write it all out. Time what you have to say, because chances are almost always you're going to be timed. So
Mhm.
you want to be respectful of the people that have honor that you, it's an honor to be invited to speak in front of someone else's audience. And even if it's your own audience, which mostly it isn't, it's an honor. So you have to respect the time that you've been given. You want to, once you get it written out, read it out loud, not in your head. You can't just look at your screen and read it over and over and over and over. Read it out loud, then print it out, then put it in front of you, in front of a mirror, and then go out loud back and forth. Look in the mirror, look at yourself. People hate that part. They look at yourself in the mirror, say some, glance at the paper, look in the mirror, and you go back and forth until you can get it out well enough without relying on the paper. And record it, like video. People hate that too. Watch it, learn from it. So this is embarrassing. I've been speaking and training for over 30 years, and I was in Toastmasters for a lot of those years. I had never entered a contest. So last year, and I'm like, all right, and now I'm the president of the stupid club I'm in. I can't not participate. So I reluctantly entered a Toastmasters contest. And I just thought it's embarrassing now that I have never done that. So I entered the contest. I did put my talk together. I recorded it and I watched it. And I was kind of horrified. But the things I learned by watching that and the adjustments I made it possible to win the contest when I went to do it the following week. So there's a lot to be said by recording it, watching it. And then the other thing I'll do is I'll record it and listen to it audio in the car when I'm driving around. Just listen to it over and over and over and over and over. And it's not fun, it's not sexy, but it's better than the things that can go wrong because you're underprepared. So that's my tips on preparation.
I think that's brilliant because it is hard to watch yourself, right? But the things that you can pick up and you can see yourself doing that you don't realize you're doing, when you hear it, you don't notice that you're doing these little things like what am I doing with my hands? Am I making those whatever filler noise or filler thing you're doing. I mean, oh my gosh, I work at a university, and so I hear people speaking a lot because that's, their jobs. And there's been some really unique fillers that I've heard people use over the years. Like, do you know you're doing this? Do you hear yourself? And it's anybody watching picks it up within, within one session. You can catch these different filler kind of things. But I don't know that has anybody told them? Do they know this? And if any of them were to actually watch themselves, they would notice it right away, right?
Yeah.
So that, as hard as that is to do, that's brilliant. To slow down and do that makes, if you really want to do it well, then you'll do those steps. Really, I
That's
love
the
that.
key, doing it well. And if it's a high stakes scenario or an audience or a situation where it really makes a difference and where what you have to say needs to land and it has to impact people in a particular way, that has to be prepared and practiced and practice in front of real people. Get in front
Mm-hmm.
of as many people as you can, as often as possible. The more important it is, the more often you should do that. I promise you'll still have friends after, they will still love you. And practice in front of the pets. They're not as reliable. I have cats, they fall asleep in your face, but it still gives you a focus. But practicing in front of real people is really, really the best way to go if you can swing that one.
I love it. Well, and I know one thing I didn't ask you about before, you're part of the National Speakers Association. So what is that? I don't know that much about it. I kind of get the gist of what it is, but I really don't know anything about the association.
Ah,
Can you tell me a little bit about it?
sure. So let me just, like, by contrast, Toastmasters, because we talk about that a little bit, is more about the doing. It's about the doing. You give your speeches, you get feedback. That's the essence of why somebody would be in Toastmasters. The National Speakers Association is about the business of speaking. So you don't get up in front of the room, you don't get feedback on your speaking. They might do, let's see, we had one at our recent meeting where our guest speaker talked to us about putting together a keynote. But people that are in the national speakers, they're coaches, trainers. They might be speakers doing keynotes, but they're really the exception. Most people do more coaching or speaking to sell, as we might call it, meaning they speak about something in their area of expertise and they make an offer to connect further with them, possibly do business, or the coaching is speaking, they're training people. And if somebody has something to do with speaking in their business, that's who comes to the NSA. So it's more the speaking. The business of the speaking itself.
Interesting. Excellent. And I know there's a lot of oh, I don't know if there's a lot. There's quite a few different do I say organizations, companies. It's something that I see pop up even on like my Facebook feed where somebody's renting a big location. You can buy your tickets and they've got these big name speakers that come. And my brain was actually thinking maybe that's what this is associated with, but that's a totally different animal.
Yeah, that's what we would call speak to sell. So usually what those are, and all those different speakers will speak about something to do with their expertise. And usually the different speakers, it's in a realm of related businesses or related types of businesses. And then they will make an offer at the end to connect with them or buy something, depends on the event. But yeah,
Mhm.
totally different.
Gotcha. So, with with all the different things that you have done, whether it's been with Toastmasters or with any of the speaking events you've done, is there any that was a favorite of yours that you really connected with your audience in a unique way, or just because of whatever the event might have been? Is there something that you've done or even a topic that was a favorite?
Well, mostly I speak about speaking. And so when I work one-to-one with people, I really enjoy people that have a project that they, like a speaking opportunity that they have coming up. And I enjoy working with them because every one of those is different from every other one. The different audiences, the different types of talks, they have different expertise. The different people, come from different worlds of business. So that's really fun. And I think the most other type of fun things when I'm in front of a group is I speak about speaking, and I like it to be as interactive as possible.
Hmm,
So that's what's fun for me, getting as many people
excellent.
engaged as possible.
So, and I know one question I have not asked. Can you tell us your company website? If people want to get in touch with you, how would they do that? And then I see Kurt's joining us too, so I want to go ahead and bring him in just a moment. But I want to make sure that we get what's your company name again and your website?
It's a red stiletto, get to the point. And my website, though, that's my business name. My website is just my name, donnaricardo.com. DONNARICCARDO.com.
Excellent. And with that, ooh, there we go. Kurt's popping right in. I want to go ahead and give him a chance to say hi. I know he's missed our conversation so far, so he'll have to come back and backtrack to be able to find the pieces. But I know you guys have known each other for a bit. Kurt, why don't you come on in and share a few words? And I don't know if you had any questions that you're hoping that we'd hit before the night's done. But how you doing, Kurt?
Absolutely wonderful. I see I wore the correct color by accident.
Yeah, you guys are very matching here. I'm impressed.
Yeah, just dumb luck, as they say. So it works out.
You're
So,
wearing the
but
red, but not the
yeah.
stiletto. So that's yeah.
Boy, you don't think I'm wearing stilettos? Should I show the audience my stilettos?
TMI, Kurt, TMI.
Right? Oh my goodness gracious.
Show
So
us,
yeah, we
show us, Kurt. Show us, Kurt.
there we go. See, we try to reach all the audiences possible out there, so we try every angle we can. So, but yeah, I had fun with our friend Jay Stoyan earlier today. Sue, Emily, and I are cooking up some new tricks in 26, and one of those is adding more live streaming out to live streaming television platforms. And, and you're thinking of Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, all the things. So we are really broadening our reaches onto television sets and with nonprofit media solutions and nonprofit TV. We're actually expanding into that brick and mortar, solution there. So in terms of people out and around the world having a chance to have a platform and being able to do speaking, we are at the high school today and with our daughter pursuing college curriculum and career choices and pathways and chances to do apprenticeship programs and so forth. They said the communications class is the one that's nice and universal because whatever job path you're going on, those students, they need to be able to communicate. So it's interesting how all of this ties together at all ages. And so yeah, and at the Disability Channel, we have Digital Ventures, which part of Digital Ventures is that public speaking aspect. But Donna and I talked about that it's just a very, very high level, look at the role that plays when you're in TV production, media production, and on top of all the other technical skills to learn, dive into a little bit of speaking skills, but to have Donnie here is quite a treat. So I'm hoping that in 26, we keep growing what we're doing with you, Donna. So thanks for being here. This is great.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And I know
Absolutely.
I want to give everybody a chance to, just a final thought that you want to share. Michael, I'm going to pass it your way if you want to even share about what your event is that's coming up, but otherwise, just final thoughts for tonight.
My final thoughts are I'm glad to have met Donna, and I like the idea of what she does and how she does it because speaking in front of a crowd is very important. And like when I started, I was very introverted, so I had to learn how to be able to do it. And also, I just wanted a side note. Whenever I have a podcast, I don't edit because I want to have my speaking ability purposely get better. So I don't edit, and I'm going to do a better job next time. And that's just over time. That's just one tool that you need to do.
I like that. That's, you show up, you come as you are, and then like we were saying, you take what you did this time and you learn and do things different, better, maybe who knows which direction it goes. You try new things and figure out what works best for you. And it takes trial and error a bit to really figure out what's your best pieces. And I love that you're going down that road and you're holding yourself accountable that way too. That I'm not going to edit. I love that because that very much holds along the lines of what we end up doing too. We go live because
Also,
this is what we do. Go ahead.
I don't like editing either. So that's another reason why I don't do it.
Yep. All good. Excellent. Thank you so much, Michael. Kurt, I'm gonna pass it to you for a final thought, and then I'll give Donna last word.
I was just thinking I'd come on here with that Helpopedia background. I want to make sure everybody knows they can go to helpopedia.org to check that out. We're talking about the high school level. Helpopedia does that exact thing, supporting students in high school and the parents, and so the family unit around having a family member with being in high school. And so yeah, the work we do here is ever so important. And I can share that when I was talking about Jay Stoyan, he's got new things coming out. So we're following the trails of, yet another amazing project that we've got with Jay and the buddy that we're meeting with Jay, his buddy Bilal, that we've
Mhm.
come to see a lot of the work they've done together. So you've seen a lot of things here at Cirrus XM, with all of that, the history there. And so it's just really exciting to expand the media formats and the collaborations. And, we're talking to a lot of people in the industry. So just know that things are expanding here at the Disability Channel, new opportunities, new directions, a lot of new flair, pizzazz, the whole thing. And I was on with Adaptive Community Approach Program earlier, ACAP out of Waukesha, Wisconsin, and it was in their fund development committee, and they unfortunately had to report that none of their goals were met on fund development last year. So, um, it's just a thing that a lot of nonprofits have to look at. How are we all taking care of that fiscal reality that it's tough to get a buck? Why is it so tough to get that money to come in to support what we're doing? But we're gonna keep taking another crack at it, come from different directions, because it's insanity to try to do the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So we're gonna do things differently to get different results. So there you go. Back to you, Sue.
Excellent. Thank you, Kurt. And Donna, I'm going to pass it to you for a final thought.
If you have an opportunity given to you to speak, take it.
I love that
And
so
figure
much.
it out later. Figure it out from there. Just say yes.
Oh, then that's perfect. I absolutely love that. And I absolutely agree with you too. That opportunities, when they fall in your lap like that, don't let fear get in the way. You can do it. You can do more than you think. And this is the TDC Today Show communities. You have a community around you. You have people who would be happy to help. Got Donna here. She's an amazing resource. If you need help with that kind of thing, reach out. Super easy to do. All you have to do is open your mouth and ask. I know, just maybe I'm reminding myself of a famous thing that's quotes that I give to Kurt. I'm not sure where he got it from, or uh, you don't get what you don't ask for. And that's that whole thing of what's the worst that's going to happen? Somebody might say no. Oh, well, okay. Now you know the answer. You opened your mouth and you asked. That sometimes is that first thing of just open your mouth and be confident. Know that you can do amazing things. It's all there, it's in front of you, and you can do it. My name again is Sue Roscoff, and for all of us here with the Disability Channel and with the TDC Today Show communities, as always, we thank you.